Welcome back, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show. On the old video chat, we have Erik Stolhanske from the legendary comedy group Broken Lizard. Of course, the minds behind such classes as Super Troopers, Super Troopers 2, Beerfest, Club Dread, among others. Erik, thanks for coming on the show and taking the time to be with us.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Obviously,
Yeah.
we live in a time when history is, everything that came before and then everything that's happened in the last 6 months. How has the last 6 months been for you?
Pretty good. I guess I have not traveled nearly as much as I used to. I
Yeah.
think I had like 5 trips canceled in an hour as soon as the whole COVID thing kicked in. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time. I was in LA for a little bit, but then the pandemic kicked back up. It kind of spiked. So my wife and I have been spending more time in our place in Minneapolis.
Absolutely. I guess you had the traveling schedule was a lot of like Comic Cons. Were you guys planning on going on the road, or was there anything that was postponed as far as that went?
Mostly I had some Comic Cons, some meetings, just kind of like some pitch meetings and
Yeah.
yeah, just some speaking engagements, that kind of stuff.
Obviously, I would be remiss if I didn't ask first, of course, about the rumors surrounding Super Troopers 3 and where that stands. If you can talk about it, of course, I know there may be some things under wraps, but anything you can tell us about the progress on Super Troopers 3?
Sure. I guess that's also been part of what's been keeping us busy for the last several months. We've been working pretty hard on several drafts. Just got a new draft in the email yesterday. So we've done definitely 2, and we're working on probably a third right now is how you might describe it. We're still
Awesome.
early in the game, but we cracked the story, and now we're finessing it.
Yeah, something definitely to look forward to. Speaking of things to look forward to, along with the rumors. Oh,
Hello.
there we go.
Somebody just
Well,
crashed the party. You're being interviewed, Coco. Say hi.
that's right.
It's about
The
dinner
world
time.
famous Stoner Jesus Show.
Every time around dinner time, she charges in and starts staring at me. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, it's about that time here too. I'm gonna go charge somewhere, see if I can find me some food after this. um, there's also been some rumors I saw online at least about a possibility of a sequel to Beerfest. Is there any truth to those rumors and any progress on that?
We have outlined some thoughts on it. We don't have a draft of the whole script, but it's not as far along as Super Troopers 3. There's another script that we're also pretty far along on. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's not as far along as a couple
That's
other
cool.
projects.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, something to look forward to is, obviously when we were younger, sequels, I guess, were looked at as something different than they are now. Now they're basically, especially in these times, I guess we kind of look at sequels as just like, another adventure with people we actually like and we want to spend a couple hours with. And it's definitely great that you guys continue to make these movies. And I know a lot of people get a lot of joy out of them. And these days we definitely need it. That's for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, sequels are a tricky thing. Some people are nervous of them. People have sequelitis. But I guess one way we kind of looked at it is like a lot of television shows are very successful in doing multi-episodes with the same
Absolutely.
characters. So, you could think of film as just sort of like continuing the story on with the same characters.
Yeah, like I said, something nice about, characters that you know and you actually like and you actually know that you want to put a couple hours into. And so you guys are definitely cover that.
Thanks.
Um,
Yeah, sequels are weird. They're tough. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out. I was like, oh, I couldn't wait. I was excited to see it. So some you
absolutely.
like, some you're like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good.
For anybody who follows you on Twitter at Erik Stolhanske, will notice that you have something you do with days of the week. You just post a picture of the days of the week and just the word. How'd that come about, and why do you do that?
Well, I don't know. I felt like during the coronavirus thing, all the days were just melding together. I mean, all travel got canceled. Days, against waking up later than normal, drinking probably more than usual, and all of a sudden, like everything was just melding together. So, like one day, as a joke, my wife and I just decided to pop up Monday, and then it got a lot of likes. And then we started putting up Tuesday, and then people started commenting that are starting to use my Instagram account as their calendar because everything was just melding together. So every day I try to put in other stuff to incorporate it, but every day I do put up the day of the week.
Yeah, it's
I don't
definitely
know. This coronavirus thing just keeps going on. I mean, at first I felt like it was gonna be like 2 weeks.
that's
Here
what I
we
was
are.
hoping for, but it seems like something that's going to be with us for quite a long time, and that's
I read yesterday they're saying buckle up. I'm like, how long is this gonna go
yeah.
on?
Broken Lizard itself, obviously, you guys have been around for a long time, and I'm sure you told the story a million times. But can you give us a little bit of background on how Broken Lizard came together?
Sure. Yeah. Broken Lizard started back when we were all at college together. We were all buddies in college, and back in school, it was a larger group. We had a much larger. I think it was like 11 people or something back in school,
Wow.
and it had different people coming and going. And then after we graduated, I moved back to Minnesota. I know Paul had moved back to Colorado, and Jay said, "Hey, we're thinking about putting the band back together. It was a lot of fun. Would you guys be interested in coming out?" We jumped at the opportunity. Said, "Man, it was so much fun at school doing it." So we didn't have careers at the time. I was mowing lawns or something, make a couple bucks in the summer. And so, yeah, drove a friend's car out to New York, slept on Jay's floor, had $200 to my name. But we had so much fun doing it that we just did sketch comedy in New York for about 5 years before we started making independent movies. And that was sort of our beginning.
Wow, it's definitely definitely cool stuff. And like I said, I've been a fan of you guys for a really long time, obviously since the Super Trooper days. How obviously my show is centered a lot around cannabis, and everybody has their own relationship with cannabis, either none or some or a lot.
Sure.
What has your relationship been with cannabis, if any, throughout your life?
And it was a very good friend to us when we were writing some of our comedy. A
That's
kind
not
mistress.
surprising.
It's funny. We often get a lot of people call Super Troopers a stoner comedy,
Yeah.
and I know we sort of use it as a plot at the beginning, and we had that sort of funny joke in it that we smoke it to understand what was going on in the Afghanistan animation cartoon. But it was. I don't see it as like Cheech and Chong or Pineapple Express, but it certainly has been described as a stoner comedy. So I should ask you that maybe why, as a viewer, do you see it like that?
There's I know at least for me there's a difference between weed themed movies like Half Baked and just
Yeah,
movies that are great to watch while you're high. Which, believe it or not, there's a lot that just aren't. They're just awful to watch while high. But there are some, especially like your guys' movies, that are great. And I have noticed that Super Troopers will pop up on different lists when it comes to like top stoner comedies or whatever throughout the
yeah,
years. And obviously the scene with the guys in the car that's been memed and just played over the cannabis community for so long. And it's definitely one of the more famous things that happened in cannabis culture. But yeah, I think that movies like that are definitely, I don't want to say movies you don't have to think too much about, but movies that you can enjoy and not have to just invest, so much emotions in it just to relax for a couple hours. And I definitely think that a lot of stoners find that helpful when they're partaking. And that's why I guess I don't want to call you guys icons in the stoner community, but yeah, you're definitely well known among the cannabis community.
I guess yeah, kind of a fun thing to enjoy after you smoke.
What's that? You
It's
kind of
fun.
cut out a little bit.
It's fun to. Sorry, am I loud enough? I should
You're
probably
just
be putting
you're
my.
freezing and glitching a little bit, which is
That's too bad.
a thing with technology that I love.
Yeah, that's true. Technology today can be a
Yeah, I
little.
tend to complain a lot, even though this what we're doing right here is absolutely amazing
Yeah.
technologically. But if something glitches, I say, "Oh, this is a piece of crap. I hate it. What are we
No.
doing?"
I guess I was just trying to say, comedies are a fun thing to enjoy when you smoke a little bit,
Oh,
So we
absolutely,
always love Animal House, Fletch, all that kind of stuff, and certainly our influences. And we'd love
definitely,
to be able to try to get back and make people laugh as well.
absolutely. And again, not to harp on it, but in these times, it's very much needed.
Oh man, 2020, what a year! Wow.
Oh yeah, it just keeps getting better and better. Every day is a new thing, man. It's like, oh wow, couldn't get worse. But
Woo.
oh hey, it's the
I
thing with
mean,
Black
all it could use
Panther, and
that.
it just goes on and on. I mean,
It's crazy every
it's
day,
wonderful
right?
stuff.
You
Yeah.
never know what
Um,
you're gonna get when you.
for a lot of people who may not know, you have a prosthetic leg. When you were a kid, you had a
Do
wooden leg Obviously, technology has advanced in that aspect as well. I know they used to do like speeches at college campuses and places like that. Is that something you still do, or at least still did before coronavirus?
Yeah, definitely. I actually did during the coronavirus. I traveled out to California and gave a talk. It was spread out and it was a smaller group, so it wasn't in front of the larger audiences that I sometimes speak to. But yeah, I still do it. I travel
Awesome.
around, yeah, corporations, universities. Sometimes when someone needs a keynote speaker, I just tell funny stories of overcoming adversity as a kid with a wooden leg and going on to make the movie Super Troopers. And we all have a wooden leg, whatever that may be. But if we can kind of just see that as a positive thing and just keep on getting up, keeping with our lives. We can all have productive and fun lives.
Absolutely. You still get a lot of great feedback from the people at those talks.
Yeah, yeah. I always get positive feedback with it. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's pretty
Uh,
light. It's a pretty light story.
yeah, it's again, like I said, not to harp on it, but it's something we need in these times. It's definitely a theme. If we ever get to a point where things are closer back to normal and than they are right now, what are the plans as far as, are there any plans for touring or stepping up, schedules of going to different places, Comic Cons, things like that, movies? What's some of the things in the works?
Yeah, individually or with Broken Lizard or
But either one, yourself and
yeah,
then the group as a whole.
yeah. We toured as Broken Lizard several years back, and it was a big haul. It was a lot of work, and we enjoyed it. But I don't know. It'd be hard to get the five of us back on the road together again. It's everyone's got families, and it's very time consuming.
Yeah,
It's a little bit easier to get the five of us together to write a script. Um, Traveling on the road was hard. It took, you'd take off on Wednesday, and a lot of people would go even longer than this, but we ended up flying out Wednesday. We'd do shows Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. We go to a region. Let's say you go to like Florida, right? Flying to like Tampa, do a show in Tampa, go to Orlando, Miami, and then you fly home Sunday night. And then you might have Sunday night, Monday night home with your family, and then you got to hit the road again. We did that for a long time, for like a year. So it took a lot out of us. It was fun. We had a great time. Got to see the country, meet a lot of people. But I think it's a big haul to get us to do that again. Individually, I do regions. Like I did Western Canada last couple years back. Went from like Vancouver straight across all the way to Thunder Bay, and I toured like Ontario. So I'll pick a region, tour around,
yeah.
tell stories, tell some jokes. So that will probably happen again. And then, yeah, we're trying to complete two scripts with Broken Lizard, and then individually we all write projects and do our own thing too.
Awesome. Definitely a lot of stuff to look forward to. And hopefully things clear up a little bit to where when Broken Lizard movies do come back and when the sequels do come back, that there'll be theater experiences, whatever that's going to look like. I have no idea. I don't try to predict anymore what's going to happen going forward. But wake
Yeah,
up
we got really
tomorrow
lucky.
and see what happens.
Yeah, we got caught in this cycle where we started writing a project right when coronavirus kicked in. We kind of were signing this contract to write two movies, so we got lucky.
Yeah.
We got lucky that we hadn't finished the scripts and we were about to go shoot, and we are still waiting. Fortunately, we're
Yeah.
hoping we'll get these scripts in good shape, and then the thing will be over. You'll get a vaccine, and then we just kick into production.
I hope so. Eric, again, I want to thank you for coming on the show and taking the time. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Have a good night, Eric.
All right, have a better 2020 than it's been so far.
Absolutely. Almost has to be.
Thanks.
Bye.